Hello and welcome back to the Brighton Day show. Let's keep it light for a second until I get into all the other things and the rabbit holes that I want to go down with you today, because that is essentially what I do in my free time, is just the most random rabbit holes that have nothing to do with anything besides I just want to, and I talk about it and I think about it all the time. But anyways, I want to do a segment like this when I get more people DMing me one day. But I got this DM, and George is his name. And so this is the first segment of me reading the DM. It just says, "Can I send you money?" From George Wilson. You know, George, yeah. Yeah, you can. You actually can. You can send me money if you want to send me money. Just let me know. Time and place, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Cash. I don't even care. Always. I mean, you don't even have to ask, honestly. Like, whenever you want. No, but really, like, it has been a really odd week energetically for, I think, the collective. Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. And the reason why I want to talk about this, first and foremost, is because he's an icon. And even though I wasn't super into Black Sabbath, I wasn't super into rock and roll until semi-recently, I know an icon when I see one, okay? I know a legacy when I see one and I witness it, okay? And what I loved and what's been like circulating so much is all of the freaking clips of his last concert ever. And I actually saw this comment that was like, Ozzy is the closest thing to someone performing at their own funeral because he had only passed away like a week after Youngblood's Fest. So, one, crazy. Two, my laptop's gonna die, so give me 1 second. Hello. Okay. My bad. I'm my own producer. I'm my own writer. I'm my own everything. So I just do whatever I can to keep this show going. But as I was saying, if you guys haven't seen the clips of Ozzy Osbourne performing at his last performance ever, it is the sweetest, most amazing, wholesome thing you will probably ever see. He is sitting on a chair because I believe he has Parkinson's and singing his heart out, and like all of the fans are so cute. You know what? Let me just show you a clip. Why am I still talking? I'm just going to show you a clip. Give me 1 second. I hope I don't get copyrighted. That's the hardest thing about talking about music and showing music, is I can get copyrighted, but let's see. That was, oh my gosh. Like, I think the best type of person is somebody who does what they love until the day they die, because you can just tell it gives them so much joy. And in return, it gives other people so much joy. And I don't know. I love it. I thought that was so wholesome. And I also think, like, you know, you just need to shout out legends. And he was an absolute legend. In other news of a legend that also passed away was Hulk Hogan. I don't know. It's just been a weird vibe. I guess that's what I'm saying. But I love that he kept performing. Hulk Hogan obviously was his own icon in his own way. I don't know. It's been a crazy few days/weeks. The reason why I wanted to get into this is because another rabbit hole that I've gone down. And you know what? I've almost thought about doing in a segment like because I'm a conspiracy theorist, okay? I'm just kidding. I love rabbit holes when they have a time and place. But I've thought about getting like a tinfoil hat and wearing it, you know, just for the bit. Just to commit to the bit, because I think that'd be funny. You know, it'd be more funny if I made like a tinfoil crown or something for like these rabbit hole segments that I go down. Anyways, comment down below if I should do that. Okay, the reason why I feel like this is significant and I'm thinking about Ozzy Osbourne specifically so much is because Spotify is in some deep water, as well as like these creators behind this AI band called the Velvet Sundown. If you haven't seen what the Velvet Sundown is, it's this AI band that was generating music. And because more and more people were realizing that they were pretty sure it was AI, they have gotten like so many streams, like millions and millions of streams. You know what? I wonder how many monthly listeners the Velvet Sundown has right now. And I guarantee a lot of these people are just like listening to them just because it's so great. Oh my gosh, 1.4 million monthly listeners on Spotify as of right now. Oh, great. And they're verified artists. Love that. So here's what is scary about this is one, I have allegedly heard through these deep dive rabbit hole videos that I've listened to, that they did not disclose that this was AI at all. They like were pretending it was a real person or a real band, and they had like names and all this stuff about it. And two, what's weird is people are thinking that there's a conspiracy that people are thinking that Spotify has something to do with this, or they're not taking them down because they're generating revenue. And so there's a whole thing about people trying to protect themselves and artists needing to protect themselves against AI, because AI, what does AI do? It just grabs all of the creativity out there made by real humans and then just jumbles it up and spits it back out again, which, yeah, you could say that artists do that in their own way, but it's AI. So I would argue that it's most likely plagiarism. But you know what? I am very, very curious if they have changed the Velvet Sundown's like about page. Interesting. Okay, so read this. This is on Spotify. I believe this is in their like about page. Yeah, about. Okay, listen. This is interesting. So it says the Velvet Sundown is a synthetic music project guided by human creative direction and composed, voiced, and visualized with the support of artificial intelligence. This isn't a trick, it's a mirror, an ongoing artistic provocation designed to challenge the boundaries of authorship, identity, and the future of music itself in the age of AI. All characters, stories, music, voices, and lyrics are original creations generated with the assistance of artificial intelligence tools employed as creative instruments. Any resemblance to actual places, events, or persons living or deceased is purely coincidental and unintentional. Not quite human, not quite machine. The Velvet Sundown lives somewhere in the in-between. So what I had heard, allegedly, I had heard that like that about page did not say that at all. It did not say it was AI or like enhanced by AI or like an AI project. They had pictures that were like AI generated of the band. And I don't know. This is a really interesting time where we don't really understand what the heck is going to go on with the music industry or just creative endeavors as a whole, which gets me into another thing that I saw. Okay, another rabbit hole that is the same rabbit hole, which is Vogue just used their first AI model. And I saw this comment, which I do believe this, and I think this as well, that Vogue and all these other like super high standard modeling places couldn't find something that could fit the perfect beauty standard anymore because it's been so raised that they had to resort to artificial intelligence to find their beauty standard that no human could ever recreate or be. I don't know. There's also this quote that says, I want AI to do my laundry and my dishes so I can spend time doing my art. Instead, AI is spending time doing my art, and so all I have left is laundry and dishes. Yeah, I don't know. This is seeming a little sad, but I do want to look up that Vogue article and see, check my sources, because I'm very much a journalist here. Vogue has started using AI models. What does it mean for beauty standard? This is from Metro.UK. Produced by an AI marketing company, an advert for Guess in the August US issue depicts a woman with flawless blonde curls, a tan, and a slim toned figure that can carry a bag by designer. In the adjacent photograph, she's enjoying a coffee while wearing a blue and white floral jumpsuit. Do these people just not like humans? Like, do you know how many models want to be on Vogue? Sorry, one of my fishes is making a crazy noise. Anyways, I just like, do you know how many models there are that would love to model for you? They could have modeled for free. They would have paid you to be in Vogue, and yet you still use an AI model. Like, it literally doesn't make sense to me. I don't know where this is going to go. I know that, so there's an idea about like intellectual property and how like, you know how Disney has intellectual property over cartoons? So like Disney owns Flounder from Ariel, right? They could theoretically make like short form content using Flounder from Ariel, and it's still their intellectual property. And that was made all by computer, like graphic design or whatever, animation. And so the idea here is AI influencers and all of these models and all these things are going to be intellectual properties of these marketing companies or whoever comes up with the AI. And it's just like, why? Like, there's so many people. That's what I think that's what I come back to. There are so many people that would do that for free for you, that would literally do that for free, that would go in Vogue, that would pay you, and you still use a computer. You know, this gets me to my next point. But I do want to wrap this up. One, rip to Ozzy Osbourne, rip to rock music. I'm just kidding. Youngblood is someone that I truly believe is an actual rock star. Whether you like him or you hate him or you like his music or you hate him, like he just has that it factor. You can see it on the freaking, like in his performance videos, it's insane. He has like the most crazy range, crazy crowds. Like I think I'm a stan of him. All right. Judge me all you want, but he has the it factor. Yeah, he has the it factor. But anyways, this gets me to my next kind of overall idea with art and how social media. The world is a stage, okay? So I have another rabbit hole that I would like to go down with you, if we must. And yeah, whether you like music or not, I know most people care about AI. Most people care about this next thing because it's interesting. Whether you are a lover of influencers and you follow influencers, or you think they're whatever, you think they're dumb, you don't follow influencers, this is interesting. And this just shows you how much a world is a stage. People are going to do whatever they want. People will lie to you. People will generate content. And I don't know. I have never thought about this. Okay, so let me put the backstory. I'm scrolling on TikTok like 2 weeks ago. I do want to point out that this might be a well-known thought/conspiracy, but I just thought about this, so I'm going to bring it to you. And if you're like, yeah, no duh, Brighton, I'm going to be like, okay, fair. But this just dawned on me. Okay, anyways, so I'm sitting there scrolling on TikTok 2-3 weeks ago. You want to know who pops up on my For You page? Nara Smith. If you don't know who Nara Smith is, she's a beautiful, gorgeous lady that makes these extravagant recipes and all from scratch. And she wears like beautiful clothes and she's very aesthetic and very like artsy. She's a model and her husband's a model as well. I believe they're both from Utah, which is funny because I am from Utah. Anyways, Nara Smith, okay, something that she does a good amount of time in her content is rage bait. And most people, it goes over their heads. I think she's a marketing genius. I want to say this first and foremost. I think she's a marketing genius, marketing queen. I think she uses ideas and these things to her advantage. But it is rage bait. So if in all of her videos, if you haven't seen them, she basically is like, my toddler wanted breakfast. And so I decided to make her, I don't know, pancakes. But instead of just pancakes from scratch, I decided to source the flour from somewhere overseas and bring it over here. Just kidding. It just takes like 4 hours, you could tell, to like make everything from scratch. Where all of the comments, every single time, all of the comments are like, oh my gosh, now your toddler's not hungry. I can't believe that. Or like making fun of it or like laughing along. But instead, it's just like engagement farming. Like there's just so many people that will always comment no matter what, and no matter what she makes, whether it's on her outfit or whatever. Okay, this is what dawned on me. I came across this video of Nara Smith, and she is talking about baby names that she will not be using for her pregnancy because she is pregnant. Okay, she is notorious for having very interesting baby names, and they get a lot of controversy. They just get a lot of engagement in general, and people are talking about it everywhere. Like, people that don't even know her are talking about it. Everyone's commenting on it in their own way. Let me just show you this because it's funny, and then I'll talk.
I love, but won't be using this time around. I'm currently 6 months pregnant with our fourth. For reference, our kids all have pretty unique names. My oldest daughter, her name's Rumble Honey. Then we have my boy Slim Easy, and we just had a baby about a year-ish ago. Her name's Whimsy Lou. So it's getting harder and harder coming up with names, but here are some names I love that are on my list that I won't be using. The first name is Moonbeam, and the second name Ice Cream. I think that that's just so beautiful. I'm just joking. I've seen the comments. Okay, starting off with some boy names. I love the name Moss, Goody, Sunday, but spelled like the actual Sunday, so Sundae. Champ and Silk. I also really like the name Dare for a boy. Girl names. I feel like boy names are a little easier to come up with, but maybe that's just me. Girl names, I love the name Twinkle, Velvet. Button is so cute to me.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, the only reason why I'm showing you this is because it dawned on me that I mean, maybe she's telling the truth, but I think influencers that tell you their baby names are completely fake. I think they do it for engagement, and I realized that that was probably the oldest trick in the book, and I'm the only one that didn't realize it, but I feel like that's what happens, because what does it do? It drives up engagement, it has everyone talking about them, it's a harmless little, like, prank, you know? And then, here's the kicker, it's actually for privacy, and, like, so no one knows what their real kids' names are, and I think that's freaking smart, especially if you're a gigantic creator, because people are freaking weird, and yeah, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said this, because if I ever have kids and I'm famous, you best know I'm gonna be naming my kid freaking Car Wash or something. Like, I think it's smart. It's smart and it's perfect, and I love little genius marketing tactics. But this dawned on me even more when I saw that Trisha Paytas, she is like literally the internet's mom at this point. Like, she just has been around since the dawn of the internet. If you don't know, there's no way you don't even know who Trisha Paytas is. You've probably seen one of her videos, whether it be her crying on her kitchen floor or her on some sort of podcast. Like, she's so funny to me. But so she just had her own baby, and I feel like this is fake. I feel like it's fake. I think she's doing it for engagement. I think she's smart enough to do it. And if it's not fake, I mean, who cares? She's happy. But I saw this video and I was like, dude, there's no way. There's literally no way. So she says, "Welcome to the world, Aquaman Moses Paytas Hackman. He has arrived 7/12 of 25. Thank you for all the well wishes in the videos guessing his name." There's just no way. Like, Aquaman. There's no, I feel like she's joking. I feel like she knows how to play the game, and she's telling all of her buddies that this is a joke. But yet again, I've watched Trisha enough to, like, maybe not know that she's joking. I just think it's funny. And I think the world is a stage, okay? I think the world is a stage. So why not make whatever stage that you want to create? You know what I mean? And this is going to get a little philosophical on you for a second, because as I was looking into this, I was like, these people are just, like, having fun doing whatever the heck they want. Whether it's being a rock star like Youngblood and, like, wearing everything he needs to wear and just, like, fully being in the moment, or, like, you're an influencer and you're, like, doing all these pranks and whatever. Or, okay, you know, there's another influencer. Her name's Haley Bailey, I think. And she's on a podcast caught saying, like, no, I lied. I didn't have a billionaire boyfriend. I couldn't afford the apartment that I was in. And so I just pretended that I had a billionaire boyfriend that was, like, paying for it or something like that. And so she, like, totally just owned it and was just like, yeah, I did it for, like, views. And then I realized that the bit was starting to pay off. And then I started to, like, actually get real engagement. And I just, like, took it and ran. And so whatever stage it is that you are not creating, I urge you to create it. Obviously, I'm not saying like to lie on the internet or whatever, but I'm more saying in the sense of like, you can be whoever you want to be whenever you want. And the only person that's stopping you, the only gatekeeper that's stopping you is yourself. Okay. And I think there's so many of these like weird rules that we put on ourselves. Like we can't just wake up one day and do what we want or say what we want or act how we want or dress how we want. Like even in my own personal life, like I've started to dress a little more my style, okay? Even just a little bit. And doing more things even on this show that it's like different and interesting and like something I didn't think I would do. Like I'm even thinking about doing like live concerts here, whatever, okay? But it's like, it's just because one day I woke up and I said I wanted to, I decided to. This is my stage, this is my world. And if we're getting really into the conspiracies here, the world is a stage, not just with celebrities. Okay. Even though PR stunts, there's so many PR stunts that I feel like people just goes over their head, like relationships or breakups or drama. Like, but politically, the world is a stage. All right. So I just think you can literally be whatever you want to be. There are like no more gatekeepers in this world. Especially in the age of social media, you can literally be and do whatever you want if you have a freaking camera and a login to a social media app, okay? Like I just feel like the old way of doing things, let's say the old way of music or the old way of getting into Hollywood and acting and whatever, like yeah, there were so many gatekeepers. Like you had to be signed to like publish your music or had to have huge backing to whatever, or you had to know someone in Hollywood. And yeah, sure, that still probably happens. But like there's so many people that have just come up out of nowhere on this age of like social media that just have made a name for themselves, created a stage for themselves and just did it without anyone approving of it, did it without any help, and just they just know that they wanted to do it. So they started releasing music and posting it online, or they started doing little skits and being an actor or actress online. And then like these executives then realize that you have an audience or you have power and you have way more power than the gatekeepers used to give you. You know what I mean? This took an interesting turn. Where the freak is my phone also? Oh my gosh. You know, that is the end of my rant. I was going to do like a little musical number. I know this is like cringe. You know, I'm not even going to call myself cringe because I feel like cringe is the thing that everyone wants to call themselves. And that's why you're not able to perform in the way that you want to perform. Cringe. You know what? Let's circle back. Cringe and being on the stage. The only person that is gatekeeping is yourself, whether it be you want to be a musician or whatever. Okay, we already went over this. But like I think cringe culture is literally the death of art. It's the death of self-expression, and you just need to silence your own brain that wants to tell you you're cringe and just do it anyways. Like I sit here all the time and do cringe shit and I'm just like, that's what I'm doing. Like that's what I want to do. I want to be cringe, and the only person that could like ever silence me from doing something is truly only myself. If anyone else thinks you're cringe, it's fine. They're just not at the level of which they want to express themselves deeply. Like maybe you're trying to express themselves. You are down here, you have done the work, the depth, and they're still up here on the surface and they're trying to express themselves in the way of which they want to. Or they're looking at you and they're like, I don't like that she's able to fully or he's able to fully express themselves. And that annoys me because I can't fully express myself. So now I have to call them cringe. Anyways, I was going to do a musical number, you know, for the segment because I want to do Tiny Desk thing. But I didn't bring my guitar. I literally totally forgot. But comment down below if you guys want a little Tiny Desk concert segment in this. I truly think that would be so fun. I have this office space and I want to invite like bands or local musicians and just have them in here because you want to know what I believe in? I believe in real humans playing music. I believe in real models modeling clothes. I believe in real people painting on the canvas. And I have such a love for live music. And I think that's especially something that we're all missing is like live music. So like go to a concert, go to a free open mic, or go to a museum. Like just go in person, because that like connection and that energy that's there is unlike anything that you'll see on the screen. But I digress. If you can't, then I want to do a concert here. But I feel like like I wanted to do Changes, and then I was like there's no way that I'm going to, because I could never do Ozzy Osbourne justice. If you guys didn't see, Youngblood actually did Changes on his concert, and he's just like, I'm going through changes. Yeah, yeah. Wow, you know what? I almost wonder if I just blew my mic. Ooh, that's loud. I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes. Uh... Wait, that was actually too good. Oh my gosh, should I keep that in? I might. But really, I was gonna learn the whole guitar part. I was gonna sing it. And then I didn't, because I procrastinated. And I have a little cover that I did, but then I didn't post it because I was like, you know what? I wanted to do a tribute, and it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for what do they call him? It's like the Prince of Darkness or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is a very musical episode. Clearly I talk about a whole bunch of different things, but like I love me some music, and there was a lot of legends that just passed away this week. I don't know. You know what? On another note, hug your loved ones. Hug your loved ones. You never know when it's going to be their last day. And that might sound a little scary, because it is. And I feel like we're all in denial about death and dying. And I'm definitely in denial too. And look, I used to have panic attacks about it. But it's okay, because everybody goes through changes. And that's beautiful and wonderful. And hug your friends, hug your family. Listen to Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. Don't listen to AI. I'm just kidding. Tell me what you think about AI, truly, because there are arguments for AI in terms of the creativity where, let's say you're stuck on a song lyric, AI can help you with rhyming or whatever. Or let's say you don't know what to paint, and so you're trying to like brainstorm that. But where do you think it ends? Where do you think is like a good middle ground? Where do you think it's too much? Do you think AI artists should get paid? Do you think AI artists could get monetized on YouTube, or AI models could get paid, like intellectual property wise? I'm super curious, and obviously I'll always be talking about that. And I want to talk more about creativity in general. Where does it come from? What do we do? How do we stay in this creative mode? Because I believe every human needs to be creative. It's like the lifeblood of humans is creativity, and it's us connecting to each other. And also, George George Williamson, was that his name? Let me check the DM again. Hold on. George Wilson. I could take Cash App, Venmo. Yes, you can send me money, Zelle. Cash. We can meet in a public place so it's safe. I could take a cashier's check. PayPal. Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Go outside and see the sun, especially if you haven't seen the sun today. Don't be a basement dweller. Sun is good for you. Let me know if I should do a musical number. Let me know about AI. Anything else you want to have me touch on, I will. And until next time, bye.